Hey guys, Ari here, back with another Bricklaying vlog. Today in this clip we're just doing the banding course. This is 2 of 5 clips, so this is I'm doing the stretcher over these headers and then I'm doing another course of headers, and that'll basically be the clip for this video. Last video we're talking about cleaning up as you go to save time and getting organised to help the build go smoother. You obviously using the profiles as I highlighted last video. But today I'm going to talk a bit more about stacking bricks up for pick and dip, brick placement, board placement, what height to have your boards at. It's not one of the things many people talk about when it comes to pick and dip, because obviously it's still a little bit of a new thing. There's not a lot of guys actually adopting it full-time use like myself. Even the guy who made it most popular on YouTube, Charlie Collison, he's not an exclusive pick and dipper. A lot of time in his videos he's not actually using pick and dip, he's using long spread, or a lot of time you've got labourers getting mortar like piss, and obviously it's not always good using obviously pick and dip if your gobbos like piss. But that's one of the things that I make sure when I'm working, if we're on silo gear, I always make sure that gobbos just are on it. And especially like on this site we were using ready mix, and it wasn't bad at all. It was quite wet on some of the days, and even then there's nothing wrong with a long spread pick and dip variant. It does baffle me a little bit obviously that like guys like Charlie Collison and stuff like that, they're not always using it. He comes up with excuses. He don't want to go too fast and he don't want to do this, or he's going to show the apprentices or whatever you say. But I think there's no reason why you can't use pick and dip for everything. I'm using like these banding over sailing reds. I use pick and dip on them on cut ups, especially on the Miller Home sites that have them awkward cut ups. And I use pick and dip for basically obviously I'm doing all this feature work using pick and dip. It's just a less effort, more efficient technique in my opinion, and there's no reason why you can't use it for every type of build. And the big reason people are quick to slate it, quick to say your joints aren't full, quick to say whatever you want, like, is because it's hard to get used to. If everyone could fucking do it as smooth as I'm doing it on this video first time, a lot of people wouldn't be saying it's fucking crap, you know what I mean? Everyone would be saying, oh, it's quite good this. But it's fucking awkward, it takes time to do, you know what I mean? And when I first started doing it, I was dropping gob all over the place, you know what I mean? It took me a good week of doing it to really get like a smooth flow with it, and then it's took me about 4 months after that to get actually proficient to where I'm filling joints most of the time, not dropping too much gobbo, not squeezing too much out at back, and and you've got to change the way you load out and the way you put your boards. Obviously, as you can see, standard height everyone used to put the boards in is on one pair of blocks, one block at each side, pop your board on. But with pick and dip, you need to elevate them boards. You need to get them up to like at least stacking them on 4 to 6 blocks. Ideally want to be 3 blocks high, use 6 blocks, stack them right up. And a lot of time what I do is use 4 blocks, stack them 2 on top of 2, and then put a milk crate on them, and then that gets it to perfect height. I've actually got another milk crate. I've got 2 milk crates I own, and I just use one on site at the moment, but I'm thinking of bringing another milk crate into work just to use as a heightened ligger stand or mortar board. Ligger stand's a bit of a Yorkshire term for mortar board. But basically it's just a bit of a substitute for using tables. You know what I mean? Because some of these tables now, the deer, like the 25 to 30 quid a table. I thought about getting some, to be honest, but at 30 quid, you're looking at what is it, like 50p a brick, 55p a brick. So 10 bricks is a fiver, 20 bricks is a tenner. 20 times 3. Fucking hell, what is it? You're looking at 60 bricks to get one of these tables. I always think of it in bricks, and it sounds a bit fucking daft saying, oh, it's fucking that's worth so many bricks, but it's your main source of income, bricklaying, and you're doing it day in day out, you just don't want to be tossing money away because you're feeling it in your body, recuperating that money. So a lot of the time, I just adapt on the fly. If there's a few old bins laying about in some skips on some sites, grab them. I've grabbed a bin off one at sites I've been on that were broken and not in use, that were just laid in a skip. I'm going to probably acquire a couple more bins just to sliding on, into each other. And I've been, obviously I said a couple of videos back that I'm going to make some tables out of some tiler's lat, so that's my next, sometime next week. I've got a few remedial tasks and a few awkward bits of finishing off jobs that on this other site I'm going to, which the one I did boundary wall on, and I'm going to have a route round in skips for some nice bits of wood, and I make a few tables at the weekend just using an handsaw, nice Spear and Jackson handsaw, get me old man's Makita impact driver, blast some screws into some wood, make some right. I'm gonna actually, cut the joints, miter them myself. I might use a nice circular saw or something that we've got. I've got some wood trestles. I'm gonna take my time, make a couple of tables out of wood, put a bolt in the centre, so they fold closed, and ideally, I want them about. So 3 blocks stacked is $2.15 a block. So I ideally want the tables about 600 high. Works well for me centre, it works well with pick and dip. And this is one of the things you've got to sort of, adapt and change the way you're working when it comes to using this method, is everything's got to be at waist height, and you're taking away all that, you're just taking away the extra movement. Look at how much I'm moving my arms. Very little. I weigh I'm about 19 stone on a bad day, and I'm about 18 stone on a good day. And I can't afford to be fucking rushing about, flailing my hands everywhere, putting joint on brick, and, I'm not a rake. I'm not like some of these superstar lean and mean, super fast bricklayers who can, lay bricks at 100 mile an hour. I've got to be efficient with what I do. And a lot of the time, it goes on your lifestyle, you know what I mean? Like, when I go home, I've got missus, got her to deal with, got kids, you know what I mean? I've got, young lad who don't stop, you know what I mean? And I ain't got energy to be knackering myself out at work. I've got to be efficient with my time, and I've got to get plenty done with my time as well. This is why I'm a big advocate getting to site 8 o'clock, 8:30, and, working, at what some people may call plodding pace all day. And then I finish up around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Sometimes work a bit later if I'm feeling amazing. And I get to end of day, and even on days I've worked till like 5 o'clock on occasion, I'm still not knackered because I've not been rushing, not been I've not been, expending all my energy. You know what I mean? Especially with pick and dip. This is one thing you're mitigating throughout a day. I don't care what you say. There's one, I've seen it time and time again, day after day. I've been working, and you're preserving your energy. You can say all you want about, it's not flint joint, good bricklayers do this, good, I get all sorts of comments. Absolutely, it makes me snap times hilarious, to be honest, reading a lot of these comments. It's probably a lot of times it's full of like fucking blokes in the 40s and 50s getting fucking midlife crisis on, having a fucking rant, and it's fucking fantastic. Keep them coming. Guys who are leaving, ridiculous comments, keep them coming. The fucking me and my old man are laughing his heads off at Snap. But for the guys who are leaving constructive and supportive comments, can't thank you guys enough. You know what I mean? I know a big reason why there aren't more bricklaying channels is because of the comment section that can really put people off. Obviously myself, it don't bother me, and I don't think I've ever had anyone come up to me and question the way I lay bricks. And at the end of the day, I'm not an arsehole. I'm not I'm not a knob, but it says something for size of you when you're on site. You're not going to get someone criticise it where you lay when you're about 19 stone. It's but when you got a lot of armchair bricklayers in comments, it's hilarious to hear, like, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's one of the things that's the main thing. When it comes to brick stacks, this is what I'm getting onto. I got onto a bit of a bit of a, you know, got sidetracked as I do on these. But when it comes to the your brick stacks, it's ideal to get your bricks stacked in sixes. So, you know, using the brick clamps, about three stacks of six, and spin your bricks the opposite way around to stabilise them. Then 3 stacks of six, spin them around, 3 stacks of six, and that's ideally how you should be. And you want your bricks all the way up to chest height if possible. But a lot of the time the ground ain't great, you know. And your bricks, if your bricks end up falling over and falling into your wall, there's no point in stacking them that high. So a lot of the time it's easier just, you know, like my old man don't like doing stacks of 6, he likes to do like stacks of 12. He finds them more solid, so a lot of the time I'll just do a big stacks 8 and 9 high, obviously stacks of 12, 6 next to 6 crossed over. Then when I get to around the time where I've got a bend basically lower than me mid thigh, and then I'll start stacking them back up. You know, it takes 5 minutes periodically through the day to do. I don't always do it, depending on how I'm feeling. And a lot of the time, if I'm working low to the ground, I'm not going to stack my bricks mega high. But if I'm working out, the higher I'm working, the higher I want my bricks. I've thought about setting up some boards. So setting up, like, instead of having just like stack board, having like loader boards all the way along, like liggers set up, and then stacking my bricks on top of them. It's just something that's gonna be more useful when I have like a more hands-on labourer in the years to in the future, whenever my old man retires, or I get an apprentice at some point. That's probably one thing I'll have them doing: stacking bricks up higher, periodically stopping, stacking bricks up, jointing. Anyway, I'm gonna finish that there, send it clip anyway. So thanks a lot for watching this video. If you like the videos, just subscribe, leave us a comment or a like, and hit the notification bell. See you in the next one.